Welcome. In this video, you are going to learn about Eunice D'Souza's poem Bequest. It's a poem in which the poet asks every woman to find her authentic self. Are you a plastic flower or an original flower? That is what the poet asks. What is your answer?
So the goal is to study this poem from the examination point of view. Since you're watching this, I want to thank you and I want to promise you 4 things. I will provide you with the quality content from the examination focus, and I'll also give you clarity by simplifying the poem. And finally, I expect a transformation from you, that is by learning and understanding in English so that you can write the exam well. Before that, I just want to introduce myself. I am Pradeep Hariharan. I am an assistant professor of English and I am at your service. Let's start. So what is this poem is all about? Bequest. Since this poem is prescribed under Voice of Women, all the text in this, all the prescribed lessons in Voice of Women has got one theme in common. It is an attack against patriarchy. So what do we mean by patriarchy? Patriarchy means the dominance of men over women. As you know, the world, it has got half population of men and women. But who controls the other? So this is a question which is raised by the feminist or the womanist, whatever the term you may use. So all the texts prescribed under Voice of Women has only one theme. What is it? It's an attack on patriarchy, how men control over women. And different chapters will speak about different aspect of patriarchy. So in this poem, it's about what she speaks about. She speaks about, if you look at the title of the poem, what is the title? Bequest. Bequest means handing down something. Just imagine you inherit something from your parent which you will pass it down to your children. So imagine you inherited a big tiger from your father, and this tiger is ferocious. Do you want to pass it down to your child? That's a question. So similarly here she has inherited a lot of social conventions, and she says, I don't want to pass it down to my children. I don't want to pass it down to the next generation. So whatever she has inherited, the negative things which she doesn't want to pass it down. I think you will agree with the same thing. Whatever you have got from the negative side of the society, I'm sure you don't want to pass it down to the next generation. So here she says she has inherited 2 things predominantly. One is the certain emotions, female emotions. Then second thing is the conventions of patriarchy. Certain ways of behavior, certain modes of certain modes of acting in front of the others. So she says she is an individual, an independent woman, and she doesn't want to pass it the so-called imposition of patriarchy. So that is a central theme. Remember, while writing the exam, this is the first thing you have to write, because once you write the theme, you will get 1/3 of the marks, because examiners will love to see that the students know the theme. So what are the themes of this poem? Actually, the poem discusses about 5 important themes. The first one is female identity. What is not female identity means feminine identity. Who has the capacity to define the identity of a woman? Is that man or woman? Okay. Second thing is, what is womanhood is all about? Okay, the third thing is convention versus individualism. Actually, there is a conventional society and individual. Can all women be fixed into a certain set of standards? And the fourth one is mental suffering of women. That's one of the most important theme of this poem. And finally, she wants to dismantle the tenets from the point of view of the tenets of religion from a feminist angle. So these are the 4 themes. I repeat: feminine identity, womanhood, convention versus individuality, and mental suffering. And finally, certain religious tenets. Especially, she's a Catholic poet, Eunice D'Souza. She's a Goan poet, an important Indian writer. That is only you must know about it, not too much. And she was an English professor. And finally, we come to the summary of this poem. What is the summary? Remember, this is a conventional poem. Actually, I did not have to explain what a conventional poem is all about. Actually, there is a female narrator who is confessing her own intimate emotions in the first person. And secondly, it is written using free verse. You can find 21 lines. It's a simple poem. It's a minimalistic poem. A poet uses minimal words to express very strong and intense emotions. As you know, when you are emotionally intensified, you don't go on banking about a lot of things. You use minimal words and to express the strong emotions. And the main what she wants to convey is how patriarchy shapes the destiny of women, how patriarchy controls women, how patriarchy wants women to behave in a particular manner. So, as I told you, this has got 5 stanzas, and it's very small stanza. In the first stanza, what you see, actually, she's a Catholic poet. So she says, in every Catholic home there will be a picture of Jesus Christ with heart, the Sacred Heart, which symbolizes what? The sacrifice of Jesus Christ. So in this poem, the poet says you can find such a sacrificing person in every home, and that is a woman. It is a sacrifice of that woman the household is running perfectly. So just like the image of Jesus Christ and his heart, there is a woman who sacrifices similarly in every home. So she, using the symbol of Jesus Christ's heart, she wants to tell the suffering, the sacrifice of women in every home. In the second stanza, she says her openness. She says she confides everything to everyone except her hairdresser. That is, she's an open person. Remember, the society wants women to be conservative. They don't want women to talk. They want women to be silent inside the homes. So, but she says, I'm an open person. I talk to everyone. I share my secret to everyone except to my hairdresser. That is an irony. That's like she is a very free bird. Okay. And in the third stanza, she says how society asks women to behave. There are 3 ways the society asks women to behave. One people says that so women has to follow stern standards. The word stern standards from the text, so you have to use it in double quotes. And some people say float along, don't challenge. Whatever has been said, just do. That is and even in the Bible, he says, that is what even Christ says, take it as it comes. So take it as it comes means don't challenge anything and just accept it is. So a woman is expected to behave like certain rules of the game. Actually, it is like she cannot have her own individuality. She cannot say or she cannot behave what she wants. She has always to look at others, look at patriarchy or society in which she was born into, and she has to take the rules set by men for women, and she has to act accordingly. If she act accordingly, what happens? That is what says in the fourth stanza. If she behaves like that, what will happen? She will be treated like a wise woman. So she says, I wish I could be a wise woman. Wise woman in the sense that to act like what the society wants. If she acts like the society, she becomes a plastic woman, smiling without any meaning. So what does a plastic flower stands for? Plastic flower only it looks like a flower, but it has got no smell, no individuality. What makes a flower? Its smell, right? So she wants every woman to be original and authentic flower with the flavor, not just being a plastic flower that it's there. So she says in the final stanza, it's about action. So she says she wants to bequeath her heart. Bequeath means she wants to pass down this sacrificing heart like a spare kidney, and she says, I don't want to sacrifice anymore my identity. I don't want to sacrifice my individuality. I want to be me. Okay, if you this sounds similar to you, you will love this poem. Do you want to be you? That is the poet. The question the poet asks. If you want to be you, this is a poem for you. Okay, and thank you very much for watching. And she uses some symbols, the plastic flower, which stands for artificial woman, not the original one. The Christ heart, it stands for sacrificing woman. So these are the important things. If you write everything, you will get good marks. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in another class. Bye-bye.